Grains are moving out. They come up here and they eat from that bowl there. What's really great is when they sit at the end of the dock and they watch the sunrise and they just line up in a row. Good morning. Let's talk about a morning cup of Joe. Hey, I'm gonna have to Google that. Why do we call coffee Joe? I probably know, but like forgot, you know. Anyway. So you might be thinking, but I don't drink my coffee black. Well, it's okay. I didn't ever drink my coffee black. Before kids, we were working in our shop and one of our vendors had coffee. And I was like, oh, let's try it. It's organic. And so I ordered a bag. And I got the bag and I tasted it and I was like, is it me or is this like the best coffee you've ever had? Then I got to know the actual roaster and was talking directly with him because I wanted to order more coffee direct. And then I got pregnant with my first child and stopped drinking coffee. I drank decaf for a little bit. I did buy some decaf, drink that for a little bit. And then all this information was like, oh, coffee's so bad for you. Oh, well, now I know why coffee is bad for you. And that's because when they grow coffee, it's grown in countries most of the time where they don't regulate the pesticides, and a lot of times it gets sprayed with things like DDT. And let me just tell you that if we don't ban it here, if it's banned here, then it's like lethal, like, ooh, kind of stuff. And we've banned that. I don't know how we ever got that banned, but praise God we did. Because we have a lot of other stuff that should be and isn't. And a lot of other countries will not sell the coffee because it has so many toxic things in it. So one thing I love about the coffee that I drink is it's mold tested. You want it mold tested. It's small batch roasted. I buy it. It's whole bean. So you only want to grind it as you use it. Not only for flavor, for those of you who love coffee, for the flavor, and I'm going to touch on that in a minute, but also so it doesn't grow mold. So when you're buying coffee that's pre-ground, so coffee gets sprayed, and this is true for tea too, so make sure your teas are organic. They spray the plants with not only like pesticides and in these places where the DDT is not banned, they'll spray it with the DDT, but they'll also spray it, you hear the cranes? They'll also spray with herbicides, fungicides, all that stuff doesn't get washed off. So you've got layer upon layer upon layer upon layer of chemicals. Then you get the mold. So coffee is labeled bad for you. And that stuff is not coffee and it is bad for you. Coffee is good for you. It's a superfood. It's an antioxidant. And I actually will do each cup individually and let it steep in a little tea steeper for 6 minutes to get the full antioxidants. If you don't know what an antioxidant is or the importance of it and why you want more antioxidants, please stop and Google that because it's so worth knowing for your health. Here's the thing. I hosted a class in which I served up a whole bunch of coffee lovers coffee. And a lot of these people were just going in and buying the grocery store coffee. And then they were putting a whole bunch of flavored creamers and a whole bunch of sweeteners on top of it, which masks the flavor of all the chemicals that are in the coffee with more chemicals. Anyway, I said, who here drinks black coffee? One person raised her hand, and I'm telling you, she was already drinking the coffee I was serving. So she was already in the know, but she was there and she was confirming what she knew. And it was great for her to come to the class, because then she was confirming it for everyone else in the class what I knew. And I was like, she's not a plant. I just met her on Friday. Love that girl. And so I said, she was the only one. I said, everybody else in here is going to taste the coffee black first. And oh, well, you said you were going to. I'm like, we're going to get to all the different flavors and how to do them healthy. And we're going to get to all the yummy stuff. But right now, just taste what coffee tastes like. And I poured it just like 2 sips, a big gulp in everybody's cup. And I served this in, ceramic cups, not plastic or styrofoam or anything. Real glasses. They had all their real cups. And they all drank it and said, that's really good. I could probably drink this black. It doesn't even taste like the other stuff. So I loved that class, but where I hosted it, I had to transport everything and set it all up. And it took like, an hour and a half of setup and then a long time for breakdown and then transporting everything there and back. And I had my kids with me and they helped me. And it was a break-even class. There were, my real responsibility is to help educate people, but I gotta pay the bills. So, I kind of broke even on that class, and that's fine. It paid for itself, but with all the time and energy and effort, I don't think that I could teach the coffee class outside of my wellness center. But I'm always willing to teach the coffee class at the wellness center. I say center, it's cottage. It's a cottage. Anyway, I just want you to know that coffee can be good for you when and if you do it right. But a couple things. It has to be organic. It has to be mold tested. It has to be whole bean, small batch roasted. And then you can just enjoy it without any guilt.